right. So fifth house. This is the house of children, so it can also be your inner child, but otherwise children around you or children that you're associated with. It can also be about creativity, all forms of creativity, whether this is with your children or whether it's within yourself. We are all born creative, but not all of us are born artistic. So it's about using your creativity in everything that you do. And this will help to raise your vibration and your consciousness as well, because then you're really tapping into your inner essence. Each one of us has our own stamp of individuality or originality, you know. It's also the house of recreation, all forms of recreation, anything fun, happy, outgoing. It can be social, it can be sporting, or it can be some other physical activity, but it's about all forms of fun, recreation, and, getting out and about and enjoying yourself, anything that's enjoyable. It's also the house of love affairs, and it's the house of risk. So for some people, this may be to do with stock market or stock exchange, and in some cases even gambling. But it really is a risk, anything associated with risk as well. So now I do feel that there is some aspect coming in here, either to do with your children or to do with your inner child. This can also be about birthing as well, so conception and birthing, if that is appropriate for you. So with Chiron healing, this is about tapping into nature for all things, all natural therapies, natural healing, natural remedies. It can also be medicinal. But it's about exploring all of those aspects, understanding them and using them for yourself, or just trying various ones, or as it may be for your children. And some of these remedies and therapies work on multiple levels. It's not just the physical level. It goes right through to the emotional. This is homeopathy, chiropractic, naturopathy, any form of natural therapy. Chiron rules anything to do with that. It also, as I said, rules medicine as well. So in some cases, there may be a trip to a like a hospital or a clinic or something like that, or either you or your family might have to, you might have a little bit of a mishap or an accident. Sometimes that can come in. But Chiron rules all natural things, which will help if it's more to do with the emotional, the material, the mental side, anything to do with that. And also, if you are wanting to study or learn more about any one of those therapies, or just to understand it for yourself and then spread that knowledge around, Chiron is very much in favor of that. And for some of you, you may be writing exams or tests or doing some sort of testing procedure, you or your children, and Chiron bodes well for that as well. So the other aspect of Chiron is much deeper. This is the wounded healer. So wisdom through pain. So this can be cycles in your life, or to do with your children or in your children's life, which are repetitive, or it may have happened once before and now it's coming around again. And this is like a general feeling of just a very uncomfortable feeling that rises up to the surface. It may not be the same event exactly, or the same people happening all the time, or the same circumstances, but it's the same feeling keeps repeating. Now, this can be associated with the original wounding, or the first time it happened, can be associated with like an emotional wounding, or it could even be an accident, as in a physical wounding, or a sporting injury or something like that. And it just doesn't ever really seem to heal, So all of that can come in with Chiron. Chiron is about accessing the deeper emotional situation that was occurring around the very first event, the very first time that it happened. Now, this, as I said, can be a physical wounding, but it can also be an emotional wounding, or a mental shock, or just a sort of a feeling of loss, or something that occurred around that time. It can even be as deep as a betrayal. So something like that. But it's about it's about going inward and pulling out these, opening up these wounds, because they've been sort of suppressed, or like something has grown over there, but it's never really grown properly. So it's about opening that up in complete faith and trust, that the universe has got you, opening that up and bringing that wounding, bringing the light into that wounding. So if it's a physical wounding, look at the events that were happening around the physical wounding, what was going on at that time, and deal with the emotions and the memories around that. Bring them into the light, because then they don't hold that much power. So bring them into the light, examine them, and accept that's the reason why that happened in your life and what it has brought you to since then. If it's an emotional or some sort of deeper wounding, then you do the same thing. You bring it into the light, you open it up, let the light get in, and allow understanding and acceptance to come around that situation. Accept that situation has had a part to play in your life. You must accept it. You have to accept it and acknowledge that it's had a place in your life, and that it's a learning experience. Everything is a learning experience. So whatever has come from that situation, you've learned from it. But it's time to release your energy from there. All right. Because sometimes with situations like that go inward, it's very difficult to release your energy from there, because it gets trapped in that repetitive cycle. And every time somebody comes along or a situation reflects on that, it hurts again. So the only way is to open it up, let the light in, and accept that it has a place in your life. Do a forgiveness ritual. Forgive yourself as well, whatever part you played. Forgive the situation so that you can release your energy from there. And then once you've done that, once you've done the forgiveness ritual, then you can allow the healing to occur. So it really is about that whole process, and everything to do with that. And this, sometimes you may need help with, whether it's a physical thing or an emotional thing. You can seek help through many, many different avenues to assist you, to really get to the bottom of that. In some cases, it might be hypnosis, whatever it may be, but seek help if you don't have anybody or any way. But also try to find out for yourself, do research, because often you are your own healer. And this card is about healing. So you are your own healer. Find ways, try different things. Not everything suits the same, not the same healing modality is going to suit everybody. We are all different. We're all constructed differently. The situation was unique to you. So there's many ways that you can apply healing. And this is about actually the search for yourself, searching for ways and means to bring that into the light and release it. So now, here you've got Sekhmet, be strong. So you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. All right. So you've also got strength here. So this is a double whammy that you're going to be requiring. There may be other aspects that we'll get into which are going to trigger this or going to enhance this healing that is required at this time. So she's saying that you're stronger than you think you are. So don't think that you can't handle whatever needs to be done here. All right. And it's very important that you do this inner healing work and do this releasing and forgiveness, because then you release your energy. And once you've released your energy from being trapped there, now you pull that energy back to yourself, and you can use that energy for a great many things, for new projects which you're going to be tackling, and new avenues, new directions in your life. And you need all your energy. So don't let it sort of fester there, trapped in some place or some situation from the past, which you've now outgrown. So have a positive, victorious mindset in mind, okay? Whether this is, as I said, to do with you and your inner child, or you and your children, or your children may be going through this. This is about having a victorious mindset through whatever is occurring here. And this is also sticking to that victorious mindset, having courage. You've got the lines here. So this is about courage, strength, honor, integrity, all of those things. And also let go of pride. All right. So if you do need to ask for help, or you do need to seek assistance in some way, then don't be afraid to ask. But this is about having that victorious mindset, that outcome which you are hoping for, which you're working towards, and it's ignoring the naysayers and the skeptics, whatever that may be. You may have some, if you perhaps go after a natural remedy or a natural therapy, some may disagree with you and say that it doesn't work or whatever. Just ignore them. This is your own journey. This is about you finding out. Nobody has to know what you're doing. You can quietly go about it in your own way and seek the healing that you require. Now we've got some aspects here coming for the second house. This is also to do is many things, but it is about self-worth. So that may be coming in here in some way, shape, or form already with the fifth house. So this is self-worth and everything to do with that, loving yourself, and that is a very necessary form of forgiveness. All right. So when you go about a forgiveness ritual, you need to also forgive yourself and put yourself first in that healing process as well. So self-worth comes up. Also your value systems, what you value in yourself and what you value in others. What you value in yourself must be high. All right, must be high. And that's part of the self-worth process. And then whatever you value in yourself, as long as that is high, then that is what is reflected outwards. And that is what people will see. And that is what how they will treat you from now on, how they will respect you, because your value is high, for yourself is high. But it's also about material value systems, and things around you. It's about ownership, material things, but also it may be that you are realizing that certain people or certain things in your life, that may have had value before are changing now. In other words, you may be focusing more on your family, which is why you have, the house of children here. That's more important than anything, than any material possessions or a material way of life. So that all may be coming up. But it's also the house of income. So you should be getting something coming in to do with your income house, however you earn income. All of that comes in. But as I said, ownership as well. Now this can be anything that you own, but it's also to do with property, real estate. It can even be land. Anything to do with that may be coming up as well. So now you've got here a solar eclipse coming in. So some sort of change, rearrangement. Now, it could even be really abrupt. It could even be really unsettling that comes in. Something abruptly comes in, and you're forced into the present moment to deal with it, to actually face it, whatever it may be. So, but it's ultimately for your best good, because it's going to turn you around in some way. So this is, it is an eclipse. So it's a normally very quick, very sudden that something may come in. But if you are aware of something sort of lurking on the borders of your mind, or you're just feeling something, take steps to try and preempt it or try to hit it off at the past. But whatever it comes in, it's going to force you into the present moment to face it. And to deal with it. But this is part of your self-mastery, all right? So it can also be that something amazing comes in and it shifts your reality, or it shifts your situation from an income point of view, which is really going to change how you're looking at things. That can happen as well. So it normally affects relationships. It affects like your profession, your job, and it can also be a relocation or some sort of change from that point of view. So it can affect all of those areas, or one in particular, whatever it is, but something comes in to shift your reality. And this is how you gain self-mastery, because ultimately it's your attitude and your ability to adapt to the change, or to rearrange the circumstances, because you will be uncomfortable. You will have been perhaps in a comfort zone and not really willing to do this or face this, but it comes in, and it's your attitude and your openness to the change, which is necessary to turn you around. All right. So you may have to, it can also be an existing situation that you may have to dive in and fix, change, or create something. But whatever's on the other side of that, whatever work you put in or whatever change you create, is going to be much better for you. And this is the gift of self-mastery, because you learn a tremendous amount during that whole process. Okay, so take that on board with your second house. And we've also got here Bast Independent. So your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So it's saying that this may give you financial independence, or some sort of income independence. So you could be changing your stream of income, and this is going to make you more independent. Or you need to take steps to make yourself more independent in some way. And this is why the solar eclipse is here. It's going to push you in that direction. But it can also be from a point of view where your thought processes, what you think about yourself, what you think about other things, and what you think about your interests and your hobbies and your trajectory in life, which way you are going, your direction, your causes, what is close to your heart. It's being independent in thought about that. So you may be in a relationship. something comes along and now you are you need to create time and space for yourself. So it's for your own interest, your own hobbies, whatever is right for you. It's about following those independently. So have your own opinions, have your own mindset, have your own space or time in which you can pursue what it is that's important to you, or it could be just thinking independently from those that are around you. It's about that. It's that independence. Cats are very independent. All right, so they're very independent, and in some cases, observing cats or having a cat can teach you a lot about independence. All right, so that may be a side issue for you, but it's saying that your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So this can be strength within yourself, building of your self-worth, which we've already talked about, building up your personal power, your inner power. If you're strong in your mind and you're strong in your inner self, then that is what you are radiating outwards, and this is what people pick up and what they see. All right, and that changes the game completely. So be independent, whether it's just in your thought processes or with regards to your own personal interests or whatever it may be, or whether it's financially. Be independent in that.